Oops. Oh, sorry about that one. It's hard to really see what's going on. There we go. Cutting off what hair I've got left. Yes, so hello everyone that's going to be watching this on catch up. I'm now currently live, but as I normally say, if you want to skip the very boring part, then please do skip on to probably about the 5 minute mark when people will hopefully be joining in and they won't be leaving me on my lonesome. And I will just be putting this on my social, so just please do bear with me for a few minutes. That one. And hey Ian, thanks for joining, mate. You're normally the first one, which is great. Did it? Alan's just behind you. Afternoon, evening, painting some 28mm American Civil War. I think that is ACW. I think that sounds about right. How are you, Alad? 28mm. You're off the 15mm. I'm just spamming to try and get some people in. Oh God, why did I do that? Cool. There we go. Hello, Oscar. You really are got some free time. You're right in the start of it, mate. Hi, John. Thanks for joining, buddy. How is everyone? It's bloody freezing here in Perth at the minute, and it's raining like mad. I'm not sure if you can hear it at the minute, but it's raining bad at the minute. Oscars, but always, yeah, I know, mate. Number one Panzer race. No, I'm not allowed to say that because I think there's 9 of you now, so I'm not allowed to say it. Or 10 potentially because Rothgar has just joined the Panzer races. So I need to move you, Rothgar, into the exclusive Panzer race room on the Discord server. And you can get up to all kinds of mischief on there. So thanks for joining the Panzer races, Rothgar. Really appreciate it, mate. And for all the houses that you're building me or printing me as well. John's saying it's like being acknowledged in the UK. Love. Sunny and cloudless, says Oscar here. At the moment, I'm suffering. I do like winter here in Australia, but today's one of those days where it's very cold and very rainy. It's like back. It's like being back in the UK, says John. It was a bit of a typo there. I did wonder what you meant by acknowledged, but yes, it's definitely like being back in the UK. Although when it rains here, it rains bad. Um, in the UK, I remember it just used to rain, but it was light, but it would rain all day. Whereas we normally get a break here. We normally get a massive downpour, and then it gets much better. Ian's put it's been 100 here with random spurts of rain, which then makes it 100 with humidity. Yeah, Jesus, that's hot. That's hot. I still say the hottest place I've ever been to was Orlando in the peak of their summer. That was just horrible. It's just like, yeah, it must have been 100 with like almost 100% humidity. It was just ridiculous. You're burning and your shirt stuck to you. It's horrible. I don't know what 100 is in Celsius. I think it's about 40, 38, 40 degrees, I think. Is it Elio or Elio? Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Says sup, hello mate, thanks for joining. John's put it's my phone low. It seems to add crazy words with predictive text. I get that, and then sometimes I press it where it comes up red with what it should be, and it like just changes it anyway without me saying anything, and it's normally completely wrong, and it's or inputting anyway. It's normally completely wrong. It's really annoying. It's the world we live in. Gone are the days of doing it on a mechanical pad. Let's have a look. 100 Fahrenheit to Celsius. 38 degrees. So yeah, I wasn't too far off. I think I did say 38 to 100, right? Rothgos put Darwin was 45 degrees and raining when I was there. Jesus, that would have been hot. Did you ever experience hot rain though? I remember when I went to South Africa, we had a day where the rain was actually hot, and I've never ever experienced that before. But I was in the swimming pool and the rain was hotter than the water in the pool. Random story, I know, but it's crazy. I've never experienced that before. I've never experienced it here in Australia. It was just this one time in South Africa. It's probably some sort of chemical pollution. Oh dear. John saying, well, he's powered through his 28mm British Army Commandos, painted a chain of command army in a week. Jesus, you're pumping them out, John. That's crazy. Good work, man. Good work. We did see some of those on the Discord as well, and they looked bloody good, but mate. So yeah, really good. Ah, James Viola's joined up. What's up, mate? What's up? Thanks for joining, James. Yeah, I'm sure most of the people in this video on this live stream would know about your channel by now, hopefully. But if you don't, James is an absolute wizard when it comes to toy soldiers, painting them. So definitely go check out his channel. And he's just dipped his toes in on the bolt action miniatures. So yes, if you're into that sort of thing, definitely go check it out. It's bloody good, and he's got some great work on there. An inspiration for me, that's for sure. Ian's put, Jesus, you're making me not want to visit certain parts of the world. That's typical for Americans, isn't it? No, Melly, pulling your leg. Yeah, come and visit Australia. Australia's nice. UK's nice if you stay in the stay out of the cities. They're not so nice, but the villages and the shires and stuff, they're nice. Or shears. I mean, we used to say Leicestershire, not Leicestershire, but you get the idea. Rough course, but I remember trying to dry myself after a shower, and after a few minutes, you're wiping sweat off instead of water. That's what I hate in summertime. It's like you go in the shower to cool off, and then you get out the shower, and you're just back to sweating again. So it's like I might as well just be sweating. Just put James has put nice to have actually nice to have actually catch alive, buddy. Thanks for the promo, buddy. You are the man. That's my pleasure, mate. Absolutely love your work. Absolutely love it. And yeah, it's good to have you on the channel. Get stuck in, mate. Get stuck in. Well, I'm from the northeast of England, about 16 degrees and raining. Yes. Northeast, so you'll be up in Newcastle way, then I take it. Come to Australia, watch out for the drop bear, says Rothgar. Yeah, got to watch out for those drop bears. I also think people think like kangaroos live in your back garden, but I suppose if you're in the outback or if you've got a farm, they probably do. Oh, I liked taking my friend to a golf course and there were kangaroos all over the golf course. He thought that was amazing. We're planning to move to southern France next year, and the area we're moving to has been hotter this year than it has been here. Oh, well, lucky you, mate. If you're moving to southern France, that's lovely. Are you moving to, what do they call that? Like towards Monte Carlo way? Is it Nice? Is there somewhere else in southern France that you're going to? James has put, the figures on the table look awesome. Love those bases. Thanks, mate. Yeah, if you're, for the regular live stream viewers, these really haven't moved much. We've got a couple of new items. We've got the Polston anti-aircraft gun for the British Airborne. We've got the British Airborne 6-pounder, and we've got a British Airborne cut-down Morris tow for the 17-pounder. But yeah, most of it's the same that's been on the channel, that's been sitting here for the last few months. But I will be doing a basing video very soon, actually, for my toy soldiers, but it's so basic. It'll just be like a quick 5-minute video. Uh, on the coast closer to Sunderland. So I take it you're a Sunderland fan then, John, not a Newcastle fan. All right. Now, Ian, I can't pronounce any French words, so I'm gonna say is that Marcel, Marcelli? No, Marcel. I'm just gonna go with that. Never heard of it, but I'm sure I drove past it when I was going to Monte Carlo or around that sort of way, at least anyway. Just watch out for the emus that make you lose wars. Yeah, and they try and kill you when you're driving to work because I see them quite often on my trip to work, and they're bloody quick things as well. Rough God's Part. So you finished the Char B turret. Oh, can you actually see it in the shot? Oh, you can. There it is. Yes, I did. I had an absolute nightmare with decals, so I had to fire up the airbrush and just touch it up. So tomorrow it's going to get pigment powders on it and um, a clear varnish, and then it's done. It's done. And then the Stoke will get the Panzer 470A will get the same treatment, but it will also have some foliage added to it as well. Some nice branches and stuff. Oh, Marseille. Ah, okay. I want to say it's France's largest port in the south. Yes, I have heard of Marseille actually. Um, I didn't know it was spelt that way though, which is very interesting. But yes, French wasn't my strongest subject at school. It's probably my worst subject. Um, yeah, not very good at foreign languages, unfortunately. John's point, he doesn't follow football though nowadays. I used to, but too expensive now. Yes, yes, very expensive. Um, I used to follow it not very regularly when I was in the UK. I used to go every now and then with my dad to watch the Leicester games at the King Power Stadium and Filbert Street. But when we moved over here to watch an EPL game, it's like, or a championship game, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning you're watching it. So I tried to be the cool kid staying up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch football games and then got fed up with it. So now I don't watch any sport if it's before, oh sorry, after 10 p.m. Unless it's the World Cup. I will watch the World Cup and watch England not do any good. Elio's put has made some 6 mil sci-fi miniatures. Made some 6 mil sci-fi miniatures. Did you sculpt them or did you just assemble them? Either way, it's very cool. I spent a whole week mispronouncing my friends' names, so don't feel too bad about mispronunciations. Says Ian. Yes, that's that's hilarious. Um, it's even worse if you were saying it and they weren't correcting you. Uh, yeah, I, I've had that happen a lot with my name because it's my name's Christian, but it's spelt with a K, so Kristin. And a lot of the time at school, when we have a substitute teacher or something, they would say Kristen or Kirsten or something. So the whole class would get a good laugh out of it because I'd be looking for a girl and, I would have to pop my head up and be like, oh, it's me. Oh, no, he made it with a 3D printer. Oh, that's very cool, mate. It's very cool. You have to share it on the Panzer Races, sorry, Panzer Races, Painting Panzers page. Would definitely love to see what you've done. Not too keen on sci-fi myself, but very interested to see nonetheless. Oh dear. Oh, I've hidden the Charby. I better put the Charby back. And we've got a Flames of War Firefly in the background there for those that can see it. And we're going to be checking out in a future video. My good friend Adam at Dice of War sent me a load of decals, which he sent me a good couple of months ago now, which we're going to be checking out. They look very, very nice, actually. Hopefully, I won't have any issues with these ones. The ones I had issues with were Petting House. Is that Petting House? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Um, Petting House, I'm going to say that, decals. And they were super, super thick. And then I obviously didn't clear the moisture out one of the decals, and it was just a nightmare. Um, so I need to find my micro soul didn't do the job as well as I would have liked with that really thick decal. So has anyone got recommendations for a decal application, the liquid that will really melt the decal onto the surface, conform it to the surface, that's better than those options? The micro, I think it's Micro Sol, the red bottle. Ian's put, he knew that that's how his name is pronounced in English, so he just went with it. It's his wife who asked why I kept saying his name right. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I can kind of up that one, Ian, if we're gonna do this. One of my good friends, he wasn't even my good friend. He was a friend for sure, but he was my boss. And I went round his house because he was trying to get me into playing Warhammer 40k, which I didn't get into. But it was me, him, and another work colleague of mine. And his missus came in the room, and I said, "Oh, I didn't know you lived with your mum." And then I kept saying like about his mum, and my work colleague, not the boss, was looking at me like, "Stop, stop right now." And I kept going with it. And then when she left, he said, "That's my wife." And I was like, "Oh shit." So yeah. Not only do I get pronunciations wrong, I read the room wrong. I didn't understand. I'm pretty bad with that sort of stuff. It's very embarrassing for the moment. Anyway, I love telling that story because what an absolute fool. John's put, I remember in a wargaming magazine years ago on an article on making 2 mil infantry and cavalry out of old school hair rollers on the spike guns. 2 mil infantry? I mean, come on. That would literally be a blob of paint to paint that one. Oscar's put that he finished the Roman ballista today. We'll put it on the Discord later. That looked like an awesome ballista. I don't have that one in the collection that was sent to me. So yeah, I'm definitely keen to see that on Discord. Ian's put, spend the week pronouncing my name the way the French would, so fair is fair. Rothgos put, Microsol, Microset is what I use. Yeah, I don't seem to have a problem with it. It's just these petting house decals that were just so thick. I feel like I wanted something a bit better. Maybe something that's a bit stronger, perhaps. Alliance models. If you don't know what Alliance model is, it's part of the red box model made some Stalker set 1 and 2, which is 15 mil and cool. Okay, that sounds awesome. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really into sci-fi, but I'll definitely check it out. I'm always open to checking out new stuff, but I'm sure that's good for people that are into sci-fi to know that. Alice put, Vallejo decal softener works well and really dulls the decal down. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll check that. I think I've got gloss varnish from Vallejo in the bottle. Do I have decal softener? I might have a decal softener lying around somewhere. I saw an article about people making homemade decal softener out of white vinegar distilled water mix. Yes, I thought that's what they used because anytime I open Microsol, I get the instant urge to have some chips with vinegar because it just smells like straight up vinegar. Mikey's put, good day all. Good day, Mikey. Thanks for joining me. We've got another Panzer race in the stream, so that's quite a few of you in the stream now, actually. I worked with a French guy called, I'm going to say Andre, saw a roster months later, and I had to ask who Henry was. Didn't realize that was a pronunciation difference. Okay, so yeah, I would have said Andre, not Henry. Yeah, they like to catch us out. John's put, Microsoft seems to be made with acidic acid, I think. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there, mate. For sure. Oh, Mikey, how is the cricket going on? Last I saw, the Indians were 4 wickets down. Um, I'd love to know how they're getting on. Yuchi, this is the first time I saw your live broadcast. The soldier you painted are really great. I really like the German camouflage. Oh, well, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate that one. Is there a particular video that you like? And I've for those of you that your English speaking isn't your first language, I've actually been putting in some subtitles. I've been going through and putting in subtitles to videos. So if there's any video that you guys want to prioritize subtitles for, please let me know in the comment section or just on the video. Just comment on, please add specific subtitle for whatever language you want. Because yeah, I'll definitely get around to doing that. When I started dating my wife, a friend saw us from behind, and we were downtown with my kids, 6 and 8 at the time. Always like got a text saying, "Hey man, just saw you. I thought you only had two kids. I thought you had two kids, not three." Oh dear, that's great. Uh, um, hey, it's yeah. I don't know how you get yourself out of that one. You just pretend that you were looking from a long, like a very far away sort of distance. Marcus put the game is heading for a draw. 358 for 4. India training by 33 runs. Ah, no. I thought we had it in the bag last night. I reckon they should have declared earlier as well. I think they weren't going to leave themselves with much time because I thought there was going to be some bad weather potentially. Yuchi's put, but my English is not very good, so I can't understand your teaching. Oh, well, I'm sorry, mate. Um, if you, what language would you like in the video? And which videos would you like? Because I have started putting subtitles in. Sorry if you can't really understand what I'm saying now. Um, but yeah, if you tell me what language you like, then I can try and put them in the video. Ian's put American English is my first language, so I don't even speak English that well. Well, I heard whether it's true or not, I don't know. But I heard somewhere that somebody told me that the truest form of the English language can be found in America now because, um, like they were because they were a colony or something. They speak the better English because obviously England's had a bit of a cultural shift lately. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. If it doesn't sound right to me, but I kind of understand the logic to a certain degree. Maybe Canadians. He definitely said Americans, North America, perhaps. You're all the same, right? Oh no, I shouldn't say that's fighting words. Marcus, but they looked so promising yesterday. Yeah, it really did. Oh, well, it's going to make for a good last test. It is the last test, right? This is the fourth. Yes, England are 2-1 up, so it'll be 2-1 going into the last test. Yeah, that'll be a good way to finish it. Although the Indians are going to have a lot of issues with injuries, unfortunately for them. Elias put, he made some 50 mil Aztec warriors with my clay. That sounds awesome. I really envy the people that are good at sculpting because I can barely do it with green stuff and it's normally pretty terrible. So I don't know how any of you sculpt. Is yeah, I'm very jealous. Yuchi's put, where do you buy AB Figures Soldiers? Is it their official website? I see you have a lot of their products. Yes, it is their official website. Here, I'll put it in the chat. I pretty much have this website favorited because anytime I need some 20 mil figures, AB Figures is normally what I'm going to use. And they're really easy to modify as well. I mean, yeah, they are metal, but a lot of their poses and stuff can be changed, arm switched and head switched and such. So yeah, it's really good. Rothgar's, but I thought the older form of English was spoken by New Zealand. That could also be very true, actually. Rob's put Eureka UK and Eureka US also start them. Exactly, yes, thank you. I should also know that. It depends what part of the world you're from, Yuji. If you're if you're from Australasia or Asia, then AB Figures Australia are probably going to be your best bet because I think he just does a flat rate of 25 Australian for international postage. It could have changed because I don't get international postage. I'm sure it was $25, which is really cheap in this market for international postage. So just stock up, get lots of miniatures and just get them. If you're getting them straight from Nick in Australia, you're going to get really nice manufactured sculpt miniatures. So they're going to be relatively clean with not much work required. And Nick's an awesome bloke. And you normally get a little freebie, like a little sample. Sometimes, I don't quote me on that. I've had when I was buying before Nick knew about my channel, he used to send me like a little figure to tease you of what you could have in another range. The bastard, he made me spend so much money. No, actually, no, he didn't. I only got a few things and then he found the channel. So I was very fortunate that way. But yeah, AB figures for me in the 20 mil realm is like the equivalent of Paul Hicks's work. If you're going to paint 20 mil figures, you want to start off with AB figures. There are other companies out there, Simon Soldiers, Checkpoint Miniatures. Um, I mean, there's heaps. I could rattle them off. But yeah, AB figures really is where you want to start um, because they are just next level good. Rob's put, wanted to say, absolutely love your Airborne AB figures paintwear. The AA gun you recently posted it is brilliant. Thank you so much, Rob. I truly appreciate it, mate. I got so lucky with the the Polston gun. I was like, I wonder if the 17-pounder crew will fit the gun, and the guy sitting for the 17-pounder firing it, and it was like a perfect fit. His leg is attached to his other leg the way it's sculpted, so if you just get a knife straight down the middle of it and just separate the two slightly, he fits perfectly. I'll see if I can show you a bit of a closer up shot. The lighting's going to be terrible, but hopefully, no, you're not going to be able to really see if I move my light across. Is that going to help? No. But the way he's got his leg sort of, it rests on the top. No, you're not gonna be able to see from that. You can, oh, maybe you can make it out. So he's got one leg up and one leg resting down the bottom. It's like a perfect fit. He looks like he's looking through the scope or the sight as well. It's so good. So very lucky with that. The gun from S&S models isn't the best. It's pretty good, but it's very thin. I've bent the gun barrel 3 times now in just moving it around. Um, but it looks the part. I think it looks very good. And the S&S model gives you crew, but they're not nothing fancy. So yeah, if you can get the 17-pounder crew on them, I think you'd be loving it. I wish Warlord Games and Airfix and AB Figures made 172 Aztec Warrior and Inca Warriors and Maya Warrior. Okay. I know Nick at Eureka is always very keen to do that sort of stuff. I think he's got 28 mil Aztec Warriors and such. And also Gringo 40, he does 28 mil Amazonian stuff, I think. So yeah, that might be worth checking out. I think pre-18th century English was pretty close to USA English, as English changed after William Shakespeare's writings changed the way English was spoken, adding new words. See, this is why I love saying all these stories and having you guys actually tell me what is correct, because I don't know any of this, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's cool to know. I tried to buy a 30 Australian edition book from Bovington the other day. It was going to be 60 Australian postage. I cancelled the transaction. It's insane. When did the postage get so expensive? I was looking at just like a die-cast tank to be sent from the UK, and it was like £30, and it's just insane. I don't understand it. For like Yeah, God, I don't understand it. Um, YouTube's put, I particularly like and only collect 20 mil soldiers. In addition to AB, are there any other 28 mil brand soldiers, especially metal soldiers? So PSC don't do metal soldiers, so I would avoid them if you want metal. Caesar don't do metal soldiers. It depends what you want. Adler are really good, but a very limited range. Checkpoint miniatures are another really good one. Simon Soldiers, again, another really good one. I'm sure there'll be people in the chat that'll be able to give you more examples of companies. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. You've also got uh, what's the name of that company? Elheim. Elheim. That again, the ranges are massive, but they've got some stuff. Some more obscure stuff as well. Um, who else? Who else do I go to? What's my go-to? My go-to is AB Checkpoint, Simon Soldiers. That's normally my and Adler. They're normally my four that I will go to. I feel like I'm missing one though. I feel like I'm missing one. It'll come to me, but I can't think of it right now. Mike has put your airborne force is looking insane now. Thanks, mate. I never do this. I never paint full forces. The only time I ever do that is Flames of War. This is the most effort I've ever put into an army, and I'm still enjoying it, which is crazy. I didn't think it's been 6 months, or no, 7 months now, coming up to 8 months of solid British airborne. That's been my biggest focus in 20 mil. Um, and there's still more to go, but it's coming to an end. I think in the next few months it will probably come to an end. It won't come to an end, but it will slow down. Um, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed painting all of these, and I want to start adding some characters now. And I heard whispers that Simon Soldiers are going to be doing an Arnhem characters set, um, so that would be pretty cool. Rob's put, thanks for the explanation. Would you mind if I stole your idea? I'll have to order another £17 crew set. Absolutely, mate. You can steal whatever you like. I can't copyright any of this, but maybe I should. But no, yeah, steal away, mate. And I can't wait to see what you do with it. I was tempted to put like a Jeep next to it, or the only problem with the SNS model as well is it's in the firing like angled up at like the 45-degree angle. You can't have it firing like at ground targets. I don't think you can anyway. Oh, perhaps you can, but it works better with his foot because his foot's resting on it. Maybe that's why I did it. But yeah, yeah, steal away, mate. Steal away. You have my permission. Not that you needed it. Warlord do some 28 mil Aztec says Oscar and stuff. Check out that Ancient Americas game. I didn't even know they did that. That's cool. John Sport, War Games Foundry do some nice Mayan and Aztec figures. I've got some to paint. Okay, there you go. There's another option for you. Although I think he was asking 20 mil. No, what was he asking? Let's have a look. What was he asking? 172. There you go. 172. Yeah, we're giving you 28 mil advice. Not 172, unfortunately. I'm sure like Italieri or Airfix or something do them, but they won't be of good quality. I'm sure. Mike suppose the world has become better connected through infrastructure and transport routes. Delivery services are blown up. Delivery should be getting less, surely. That's my thought process anyway. I completely agree. I do not understand it. Yeah, I think it's all about screwing each other over in terms of cost of postage. So trying to one up each other, like the national postal services try and outdo each other for cost wise. There was something ridiculous in Australia. It was like we're upping the price of postage and we're also upping the price of the CEO of his wage or her wage to like something like millions of dollars. And it's like, why does the Australian Post like CEO need millions of dollars? But yeah, that just goes to show you that's what they're focusing their money on. But it's typical, unfortunately, in the world we live in currently. YouTube's put CP models. Yes, definitely CP models. I can link you to their website if you can't find it, but they're a good one. Um, Definitely a good one. They've got some cool stuff on there. Um, I kind of want to see you do some sci-fi, says Ian, now because there's a lot of unique 20 mil sci-fi ranges. The only sci-fi I'm going to be doing in the short term is probably Warhammer 40k, just because I've got the abundance of it. But you can see I'm really not interested in doing it because I've been talking about it for months. Um, but it probably will come sooner rather than later because I owe it to the person that gave me the stuff to do it. It's just I cannot bring myself to do it. What I'm thinking about doing is doing Tau. I think it's pronounced Tau. They're like alien looking things. And I'm gonna give him oak leaf. I'm gonna give him oak leaf armor um, in blue. So like a light blue and a dark blue. Um, just for something different and fun. I think it's gonna look like shit, but I don't know when that will happen because I'm really not in the mood to do it. It doesn't interest me at all. Um, so yeah. Alice, but I think PSC put out that they are stopping the hard plastic models and just doing resin 3D printing going forward, but maybe wrong. I know people are snapping up PSC kits at the moment in the UK. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know they're heavily looking at 3D prints. I've got a load of them that they sent me, the infantry figures. Some of the 15 mil, they're like just regular Germans now. They don't have the see if we get a better line. They don't have the smocks that the other one had for the Panzer grounds with their splins on. Terrible lining. Sorry, guys. It's hard on my phone. This video will be coming out. I'll be painting up some of them for Flames of War this week, actually, to get a video out probably next week. But to be honest, I actually quite like the Plastic Soldier Company 3D prints. They have had some criticisms. I know that they had a resin leak problem, which obviously isn't good. People complain that the supports are still on there. I actually like that because I don't want their barrels and stuff to break. And they're really easy to break off anyway. But yeah, these are nice. The guy that does the designs for these, he's actually messaged me privately in the past, and he's really talented. He's a young fella as well, I think. So yeah, these look really, really nice. Some nice prints from Plastic Soldier Company for their figures, at least, anyway. Rob's put, cheers, mate. Any plans to paint 172 terrain up? In terms of terrain, scenic terrain like bushes and fences and telegraph poles and hills and stuff, probably not. But buildings, yes. One of my Panzer aces, that's Rothgar, he's printing me, I think, 9 or 10 buildings for Arnhem, Oosterbeek. So it's more like Dutch little villas and houses and townhouses and stuff. So what I'm planning is I'll probably do a video where I'll buy like a placemat, put some. What I'm envisioning is a pavement, couple of houses, some fences, some grass, perhaps a back garden, and do all of that in one video. And here's what I'm using. So I'll use like HO scale. I want to get like a HO scale greenhouse or a shed and put it in the back, and give it like a little back garden and stuff. My only worry is I'm not super confident with how to base them with grass and stuff because I've got the static grass applicator, which is fine, but I'm not sure if you've ever just put static grass applicator over everything. It looks terrible. So I'm not sure if I need to buy that stuff where it's like scatter and you scatter it all around and then you put some of the grass on the top of it or around it. Yeah, I'm not too sure. See, I need to do it first and get an idea of what I like and then I'll do a video on it. But yes, eventually I will. Have you ever heard of Caesar 20mm figure? It's very popular in China. It's like soft rubber material and the diverse portrayal of the German army. Yes, is it Caesar is in the company? Perhaps link me Yuchi, link me to what one if you've got a web link for it, because there is a Caesar company that do soft plastic, but I thought they were American. That's what I did a video on recently for the Omaha Beach like tribute. John's put maybe 3D printing like Etsy or something like that for 20 mil. Yeah, it could be. Ian's put Warhammer 40k is gross. Yeah, I know, but I've got to do something. They were given to me for free, and there's a lot of stuff in that bag. Yoshi's put he doesn't like 3D printed soldiers. Tao, the 40k anime army. John's put I think after it is definitely the anime army. I mean, look, you can't deny that the stuff that Warhammer or whatever they're called now, Games Workshop, whatever they're called now, the stuff they put out is normally pretty impressive. Like their Lord of the Rings stuff was pretty cool back in the day. I just wish they did a historical range that was affordable. I know they used to do a historical range. I think I've got a Black Prince that they used to do. Edward the Black Prince, not some sort of Warhammer Black Prince. John's part, I think after COVID, postal price went through the roof. Fuel price increase as well as typical things have settled down, but they haven't reduced prices. Yeah, that's pretty much it, mate. Spot on. Yuchi's, but I think 3D print soldiers are not vivid and realistic enough. Yeah, precisely. That can be the case. I completely agree. However, some stuff is actually pretty nice. Oh, you're gonna have to see, man. Now I know this design. The guy that sculpts this is a French gentleman. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but this is a 3D print of a US power. So it's the French guy that paints it. This has been reduced to 20 mil. I'm not sure if you can really make it out. The camera. Where are you? No. Is it going to focus? No, it's not going to focus. Oh, maybe like that. It's really hard to work out one way to turn this bit. But he's a 20 mil. He's a bit bigger than 20 mil. It's meant to be 20 mil. He's printed by Mardav Miniatures. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a French. It's sculpted by a French guy, and they've got a US power range. They've got all sorts, Italians and French and stuff. He looks pretty good. The only thing that you can criticize is he looks a little bit chunky. But the US powers did because of all their equipment that they were wearing and all the baggy clothes and stuff they had on. So, you know, you can get away with that. It even includes bases, which is really nice, but I won't use them. So, yes. But yes, really cool that they include bases on that one. Mike's got bang on, John. I really like the artistic photos on the PSC boxes. They give some sense of battlefields of World War II. I usually collect them. Yeah, they are. They are really good. And they're not like cartoony either, which is cool. Elias Paul, I remember Mythic, the studio who made Mythic America, who had prototype 28mm miniature Olmec. Olmec was meant to be part of the Mythic American. I asked the employees if I put on my, if I can get my hands on them, I'm assuming. I don't know what any of that means, if I'm being completely honest, but hopefully you might be able to enlighten me. Ian's put all of GW's new kits are over detailed and over engineered. Gone are the days of fun GW conversions and incredibly expensive, right? So all that over engineering makes it really expensive. Rob's put Osterbeek dioramas sound awesome. Yeah, so there will be houses, so I can just put the house on the gaming table, put all the roads and stuff. So I use Battlefront. Oh, they're not Battlefront. They're Battlefield in a box, the roads and the trees and stuff. I'll get some fences that I can just put out there. I've got some hedges already. I've got some really cheap trees that I got off like AliExpress or something. Because the envision is to have some battle group and chain of command games for Arnhem on the channel. Whether that will actually happen, I don't know, because I'm expecting our third son to arrive at the end of the year, so that might put a little bit of a spanner in the works for filming um, games, but never say never. If I've got it ready to go, then I can just do it whenever. I'm sure I'll get some free time to do it. But yeah, I've just in my head, I really want to do this Arnhem themed table. Like, but that looks awesome, which I think you're talking about the US para. It is a very nice para, lovely sculpts. And used to play 40k, says Rothgar, gave up. The new models are all so soulless. Yeah, I never got into it. I never got into it. When I was collecting Lord of the Rings miniatures when I was like 13, 12 or 13, I bought, I think, some Imperial Guard, but I didn't do anything. I never had a game and I barely touched them. Um, yeah, it was all Lord of the Rings, and then it's all turned to historical miniatures from then. They had the Warhammer Ancient range back in the days. I still have the rulebook to the base game, Egyptians and the Romans versus Gauls. Oh, that's so cool. I see some of it referenced on the internet sometimes. But yeah, definitely got Edward the Black Prince. He's in his jousting attire, not his like battle attire. Um, but yeah, still cool. It's a good sculpt that. Orcs and Tyranids and Necrons and Nighthaunt are still my favorite. Exons and Death. I'm assuming that's all Warhammer stuff. I'm really sorry, mate. I'm really not switched on when it comes to all of this stuff, so I can only apologize. Just put, yeah, a base with AK dark mod, then a scatter of dark green and brown sawdust flock with patches, then a static grass over, leaving some of the mud and scatter showing through. Yeah, I've seen. There was an English guy with a big beard that used to do all these awesome videos on YouTube for terrain building. So I'll probably end up watching, I'll binge some of his stuff um, and see how he does it. And yeah, take some inspiration from that and hopefully put something together. But I think that sounds about right, mate, what you've done. But I think the Warhammer historical games use third-party minis. Ah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's why they are different. Mikey Sport, Luke Fellows, or Geek Gaming Scenics. It was Geek Gaming Scenics because he's hung up his YouTube boots now, hasn't he? Yes, gutted when he stopped. Yes, he has. Do you know what he did? Because I didn't watch any of his stuff. I think I watched his Band of Brothers. He built the board, and then not long after that, he left. But does anyone know what he actually went to do? Was it just more like media stuff? Because that guy had a bloody good talent. Or I wonder if he's working for Warhammer or something now. I don't know who Luke Fellows is, but I'll check him out. Is there any other really good terrain ones that you'd recommend? John's put the Warhammer historical books go for a song. I may move someone and cash in. Yeah, definitely. Because you might miss the boat. Sometimes they go for lots of money and then it all sorts of dies off, doesn't it? Now Elio's just showing off. And Flesh Eater Courts and Ozak Bone Reaper too. I don't know. I don't know what any of that is. He does airsoft stuff now. God, I'm so jealous. I wish airsoft was legal in Australia. It drives me nuts. I don't understand why it's illegal here. We're not even allowed those gel blasters in Western Australia. It's just stupid. So stupid. Luke's Fellows is Geek Gaming now. Oh, so was it his brother? Because doesn't he look exactly the same as the guy that did it before? Luke Fellows was him from Geek Gaming. I'm gonna have to look this up. I thought his brother or something was also going to try and do it. Luke Fellows YouTube. There's a few of those that have come up. No, this guy's a gamer. Luke Fellows. Oh, that's his name. Oh, I see. He doesn't have a. Oh, I see. Okay, I've got this all wrong. Um, the freedom-hating Aussies don't even allow airsoft. What the fuck? Yes, they don't allow airsoft. There's been years and years and years of petitions and stuff, and there was one moment about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, where they had a motion in state parliament in Western Australia where they were talking about airsoft, and the opposition that was in power at the time, not the opposition, sorry, the party that was leading, that was in charge, it was an opposition motion. The opposition got up, said their piece, and then one of the other people that were in charge um, wanted to say something, and then he went on for like an hour of just random shit, and they only allocated an hour slot to debate it. So then it just got put on the back burner, and it was never debated again. And that was it. They don't like imitation firearms, so we're not allowed them airsoft guns. We're not allowed gel blasters. The only thing we're allowed are Nerf guns. Um, and we're not allowed the BB tanks, the RC BB tanks, or anything like that. It's absolute insanity. But we are allowed paintball guns, so we can do paintballing, but I prefer airsoft myself. I used to love airsoft. Mel Boss is the terrain teaser. I'm sorry if you can hear banging as well. It's raining up. It's raining badly, and I think my gutters are at full capacity, so we've got some banging that's happening. So I do apologize if you can hear that. Um, I'm not sure. I think it was family business he moved on, but the company still carries on, I think. Yeah, because I was going to order some stuff from his website recently, and then I wasn't sure if I should or not. But okay, that makes sense if it is still going. The train shooter had been through some tough times in the last few years post-COVID, hoping he gets back on his feet. Oh, I saw him. I think I saw he was asking for money a while, or for help, I think, or something a while ago. And I know some people said that that wasn't the first time he'd asked for help. So I'm assuming, yeah, he's obviously been in some issues. Um, but I'll check out some of his stuff as well. I wish that banging would stop. I'm really sorry if you can hear that, which I know you will be able to hear it. So I have to keep talking so you don't hear it. Your 3D printed soldiers look good. In China, I encounter more 3D printed soldiers with overly slender bodies like German Aryan Supermen. I prefer AB soldiers, which are more like the body of a normal soldier, but many Chinese players think that AB soldiers have too big heads and are not tall enough. That's interesting. It depends what you get. So their Fallschirmjäger AB figures are very small. I think now they've made them bigger. Um, I don't think their heads are out of proportion though. I think their heads are probably proportioned correctly. But yeah, I'm not too sure. But what we do need is some good Chinese models in 20 mil, because there isn't many of those out there. It's all crap and giggles until your little cousins steal your miniature. Yeah, or your son. My son likes to come in here, and the other day he was holding like I think one of the tanks, maybe the Char 1B. I was like, please don't squish it or drop it. He didn't. He's so gentle. He's such a good boy. Um, I still buy Geek Gaming stuff. Still great quality. Okay, all right. That's good to know. I'll definitely grab some then. Rothgar said, if you buy one of those Chinese BB firing tanks, they pour glue into the mechanism before you purchase. It's just, how pathetic is it? I I remember we had the gel blasters that were banned, and I know lads were going. I didn't get into it, but I know lads were going and doing like paintballing, but with gel blasters in safe places, and then they banned them. I'm like, for what reason? Like, what is a good reason to ban them other than you don't like the way that they look? Because they do look realistic, but we don't. They haven't legalized assault rifles and submachine guns in Western Australia or Australia. We're only allowed pistols and wooden rifles. So what are the chances someone's going to be running around with an AR-15 that's real in Australia? I think the chances are very, very slim. And all you'd have to put in is legislation to say just paint the tip orange, or it has to have an orange tip or an orange magazine or something like that. Um, it's just frustrating. Uh, but if that's all we've got to complain about, then you know we still got it pretty good. But still, give me my airsoft. God damn it! I want airsoft. But I did have a T-34, no, a KV-1 that fired BBs that I bought from a company in Wangara, Rofgar, and that was fun. But there's only so many times you can fire a BB out of a remote control tank until you get bored. John's put, yeah, it was after the Port Arthur shooting. Yes, I know. I mean, there's obviously reasons why it happened, but I think that they one of the arguments they say is they want to get kids out of off the computers, like obese kids, and stop them playing computer games and stuff. Well, a lot of them are playing shoot 'em up games like Call of Duty and Battlefield and that. Get them out playing airsoft. They're not going to hurt themselves with paintballing and all of that. It would be really good for um, mental health and stuff like that. Um, you know, if they're not into sport, but they're into this sort of thing, it gives them some sort of sport that they can play, a good team environment. They could build up friends, join clubs and stuff. There's so many positives to it. I don't understand why it wouldn't be legal. You can say, only allowed to use the BB guns at certified fields like paintball arenas and stuff. There is ways around it. You could restrict it heavily, but I mean, New Zealand have it. They're just not allowed fully automatic ones. I mean, why can't Australia adopt something like that? But anyway, I shouldn't be talking about this. We're a painting channel. It just drives me nuts. But I wouldn't be worried if someone in Australia did own an AR-15. We've got no real reason to own one at the moment. But I'm sure if it all kicked off, we'd be wanting our AR-15s soon enough. Oscar's like, yeah, Mel was struggling with some mental health issues, has been gone and back and gone again the last couple of years. Okay, I'd never seen him before. I'd never watched any of his videos. I'd never heard of him before. Funnily enough, the first video I saw come up on my recommended was him saying he was struggling, and then I saw people that I knew in the comment section. So yeah, that's not good to know. It's never good when somebody's struggling. But I saw a lot of people helping him out. So hopefully he's doing better. YouTube's, but I'm in China. In fact, BB is very strictly controlled in China. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was only Australia, North Korea, and like Iraq or something ridiculous that have it banned. Actually, I should be able to look it up. List of countries that have banned airsoft. Australia, China, and North Korea. There you go. China, airsoft is banned, and okay, so China, Australia, North Korea, Singapore, and Malaysia have strict laws, and then other countries have restrictions. So there you go. My older cousin did very gentle with my collection of normal and flesh eater. Man, all the times. Well, my little cousins accidentally break my Nighthorn. It was two of my Nighthorn that was broken by my little cousin. Yeah, you've got to put them out of the reach of the little ones, mate. That's for sure. John's put, yeah, it's like here in the UK where I'm from. They complain about kids hanging around, but parks, field areas always have signs of no ball games or games, and they kick kids out of parks. Exactly. So what do you want them to do? Like, I mean, I'm only 33. Yes, 33. But going back 20 years ago, we didn't have any of those problems. I was playing at the park all the time. I was kicking balls everywhere. We were going into the woods, building dens, and fighting other kids for their dens, and playing manhunt and Kirby and cricket and football. There was none, I was always excited to go out and see my mates and play in the park and the woods and stuff. Um, yeah, exploring. You don't get that anymore. Mike's but hi everyone. You've joined, but it's almost the end of the stream, mate. But thank you for joining another Panzer Race in the stream. Chris, your childhood sounds identical to mine. It was the best, man. I remember running around with wooden sticks, pretending I was, in World War II and stuff with my mates. You have the Germans and the Allies and stuff, and it was so fun. I remember we used to do the Tour de France around the cul-de-sac, so it'd be all of us on our bikes racing each other around. We'd have to do like 10 laps of the cul-de-sac. Just such good times. Elias, but if he yells too much, his little cousin will cry. Yeah, that's not good. You don't want that to happen. Mike is but sad to see it's not the same anymore. I know it's horrible. Elias saying hello to Mike. Mike, where have you been? Has put Mikey. He's obviously got better things to do, which you can't blame him. Yuchi's put guns not allowed in China. BB also not allowed. When I was a child, I have a BB, but now there will be no more in the supermarket. Yeah, it's so sad, isn't it? They're so fun. I remember going to an event in the UK just before we moved out to Australia, and they had like a Luger, and it was a BB gun. It'd just be cool to have it as a display piece. Thought I would have missed it. It's picking up the grandson for his week stay with us. Oh, that's awesome, mate. Well, enjoy that time with your grandson. Um, Try and get him painting some of those Brits for you. Or maybe he's a bit too young for that. I think some snobby people for us was calling the police saying people were causing problems when they're just children playing on swings and police move them on. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. We used to ride through the bush and get chased by racehorse goannas. Is that right? I'd never heard of that before. Is that some sort of? Let me Google that. I feel like, oh, it's like a monitor lizard. They actually chased you. We used to have a game called 40 in, a crap hide and seek game, but one of the best too. Oh man, the things you used to get up to as a kid. Um, yeah, good times, man. Such good times. Miss those. You definitely won't be getting that now. But there's too many bloody creeps around and stuff, and dodgy folk and stuff that you can't let your kids go unmonitored for too long as well. It was hide and seek, but with tag too. Yeah, it sounds like Manhunt, right? Similar to Manhunt. I Yeah, used to love that game. Could hide for hours without being found as well. But yeah, guys, sorry. This has been a complete crazy stream because we haven't really talked about models for the last half an hour at least anyway. So I do apologize to anyone that wanted to ask questions and stuff. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask away in the comments section once this stream has ended, and I'll try and answer them. But yeah, I really appreciate all of you guys joining me. You're the regulars too, with some new people in there as well, which is really great to see. I do love speaking to you all and going down a bit of a tangent with my story on airsoft and going down memory lane there, but I really did enjoy it. Thanks everyone for partaking and commenting away as you do. Ian's put the Dodgers folk live stream on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. Mike's put, I was walking through town, there were kids in infant uniforms, effing and blinding. Like, yeah, it's a different time for sure. Different world. All right, guys. Murder Ball, British Bulldog. Oh, yes, I do remember British Bulldog. That was so. Yeah, that could have been. There's a few times where it could have turned out pretty bad. I remember playing British Bulldog at a pub with a load of lads with a playground around. It was, yeah, Dangerous. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining. I'll catch you all on the next live stream. I really appreciate the chat, guys. Have a lovely rest of your day and week. See you guys. Oh.